Hi, my name is Clara Sante and welcome to Blindsided by Thought. Today's video is on parenting teens. As some of you know, I've just finished a Working with Teens course, which was absolutely fascinating. And I think probably one of my biggest takeaways was just being aware of our state of mind when we're dealing with our teenagers. So, for example, something they do one day feels like the worst thing in the world, and we bring everything in, you know, we can't believe that they've behaved like this, it's all our fault. And we can make this story huge where we start looking into the future of how they're going to be living on the streets, drinking out of a bottle in a paper bag. And, you know, everything kind of gets dragged into it because we're in a low mood in that particular moment. And then they might do something similar or the same a few days later when your mood is a bit higher, and you see it in a totally different way. You know, if it's something that's still not great, you obviously need to deal with it, but you come from such a different space. And I think when you parent your teens from a much clearer place, you know, you're both open to hearing each other, and just recognizing that, you know, when you're in a low mood and everything feels like a problem, and, you know, noticing that you've completely gone into the future, dragging in the past, or even when you use words like, oh, they always, or they never, you know, that's all kind of brought in. And when you know that that's you being in a low mood, maybe don't react from that place. Wait till your kind of mood has done its full cycle, and then you see things in a totally new way. You know, and it's not that you let people get away with stuff if they've done things wrong, but it's much more helpful to parent teens from a much clearer place. And I think recognizing your own stuff that you bring into arguments or the way you see them, you know, you might have this conditioning where teenagers shouldn't ... you know, and that's something you've picked up from parents, teachers, anything. You know, you might have heard somebody along the way say, well, teenagers shouldn't behave like that. And being aware of your own stuff that you bring to every time that you speak to them or be with them, or because I think if your mind is clouded with your own past and that's how you're seeing your teen, it's just not helpful. So being able to come to each situation, each conversation, each you know, each time they come to you, even, you know, yeah, we want to jump in and fix their problems, but what if they just want to be heard? Or, you know, the fact that sometimes we don't ask them what they want or what they need. And, you know, that was a huge insight for me when I did the course, because, you know, sometimes we just forget to ask them, you know, do you need help with that? And the moment they sort of say, yes, please, it makes you realise that maybe you've never asked them before. Or they might just say no, and then you know that they're fine and they can deal with it themselves. Yeah, so it's fascinating, really. I think that, you know, that seeing every single moment, and this goes for, you know, goes for life and everybody as well anyway, but that kind of seeing every moment with fresh eyes without dragging the past into it is a much more helpful conversation than jumping in with your conditioning and your kind of all your own stuff, or if you're in a low mood you end up taking it out on them. And, you know, there's nothing to change but just being aware of it. It's so helpful, because you start sort of noticing that the moods that you are in dictate how you see them. I hope that was helpful, and if you've got any questions, then please reach out. Just email me through my website, which is www.blindsidedbythought.com. Thanks very much. Bye.